If you enjoy watching Jesus or Muhammad, please contact us and let us know. We need your prayers and your financial support to keep this program on the air. Give us a call at 248-416-1300.
The definition by Ibn Kathir, Tafsir Jalalain, Qurtubi, Tabari, for mischief. How does someone spread mischief in the land according to the Quran and your Muslim expositors? Please explain that.
Did you want me to comment on the word fitna?
The word mischief, yes.
Fitna. In
No,
Arabic,
not fitna. That's not mischief. The word in 533. You can come back to fitna later. Explain how Ibn Kathir defined mischief.
I'm not really sure about other people's commentary. All I know is Quran.
No, explain to me the meaning of it in the Quran. I know this is a way that people try to avoid dealing with the evidence of their own sources, but that's not going to work with us. Tell me how the Quran defines this term mischief. Since you don't want to go to the scholars of the Arabic Quran who tell you what it means, give me the definition of mischief and prove it from the Quran. Go ahead.
From the verses I've given you, you cannot discount the fact that I've said, if people do not want to fight you.
Well, you're not dealing with anything that he said.
Exactly.
Well, we heard your point. This is the answer. Now, how do you answer back to his point?
I just told you according to your own Quran, and I gave you 3 verses. Let me repeat it, because obviously I wasn't clear enough. Chapter 9, verse 12. Chapter 60, verse 2. Chapter 5, verse 33 defines fighting more than just physical aggression. You're limiting it to physical aggression. In so doing, you're going against the Quran. Criticizing Muhammad is considered fighting. I just gave you the proof. So now please respond to my question like I responded to your assertions. Tell me how the Quran defines the word mischief in the Quran. Since you don't want Ibn Kathir, you're scared to go to him. Tell me how it defines it.
I'm not sure. You go ahead and explain it to me, and then I see what you're saying.
Okay. Let me give you Ibn Kathir. Do you want to come? Go ahead. Because I'm going to have to bring up Ibn Kathir.
Okay, if you're going to, I'll just bring up a point while Sam is looking this up. The way you're interpreting the Quran is a Western method of interpreting the Quran. This is the method we see from people like Jamal Badawi and Shabir Ali and so on. Western interpreters of the Quran who say, if you want to know what Islam teaches on a topic, you put together all the verses on that topic and sort of harmonize and reconcile all these verses. And so if you have, let's say, Surah 929, which commands Muslims to fight those who do not believe in Allah, and it even includes the people of the book, Jews and Christians. If you take a verse like this, which clearly commands Muslims to fight Jews and Christians, you say, aha, no, we have to compare this with, let's say, Surah 2:256, and we have to try and harmonize these verses, and so it can't mean exactly what it says. It can't mean fight Jews and Christians. Even though that's exactly what it says, it can't mean that because of other things that the Quran says. Now, this would be a good method of interpretation were it not for the fact that the early Muslim community defined how Muslims are to interpret passages that seem to present a different picture. According to the Quran and the Muslim commentators, that's not how to do it at all. You go to the doctrine of abrogation. So according to Surah 16:101 and Surah 2:106, we have the idea that one verse of the Quran can be canceled by a later verse of the Quran. And so, just for instance, Surah 4:15 says that the penalty for sexual sin is house arrest. If you commit sexual sin, you're just locked in your house and that's it. But later on, Surah 24:2 says that the penalty for sexual sin is 100 lashes. Now, which is it? Well, according to the doctrine of abrogation, it's whichever one comes later. It abrogates or cancels the former ruling. This is what we find in Ibn Abbas. This is what we find in Ibn Kathir. The early Muslims all understood that this is how you interpret the Quran. And when we look to the origin, when were these verses on abrogation revealed? We're told the situation. The non-Muslims were making fun of the Muslims and saying, why is it that Muhammad commands one thing and then a few days later commands you something completely different and contradictory? And that's when these revelations came down. It's because when we abrogate a revelation, we bring something better than that revelation. So when we apply this to the teachings in the Quran, we find Surah 2:256, there is no compulsion in religion. And we also find Surah 9:29, fight those who do not believe in Allah. The method, the appropriate method is not to try and harmonize these. The appropriate Islamic method is to say which one came later. What were Muhammad's final marching orders, whatever the final marching orders were, that abrogates or cancels the former revelation.
Yes.
And when we ask ourselves, what were the final marching orders? Well, the last two surahs that were revealed, Surah 9 and Surah 110. You're not going to find anything that helps you in Surah 110, so all you're dealing with is Surah 9, and it's in Surah 9 that we find Surah 9:5, and we find especially Surah 9:29, fight those who do not believe. Now, if you think that means anything other than fight those who do not believe, you're accusing the Quran of being ambiguous and just horribly unclear. If Allah really meant fight someone who's attacking you, why didn't it say fight someone who's attacking you? Why did it say fight those who do not believe? If you're saying Allah did not mean that, you're saying Allah just was a horrible communicator.
If you enjoy watching Jesus or Muhammad, please contact us and let us know. We need your prayers and your financial support to keep this program on the air. Give us a call at 248-416-1300.